Good afternoon. Hi, everybody. I hope this is a great day for you. I, I hope this is a great hello, hello, hello. This is Point of View with Miss Shirley Polk. I am so happy that you are here, and I am so happy to be here. I am grateful, grateful, grateful. Dear God, as I sit before you to speak, I pray to you that my soul you will keep, and if I should die, before I finish, I pray to you, dear God, in the name of Jesus, that any outstanding sins will be forgiven. Amen. I am happy I have a topic to bring to you today, and I know I'm just grateful to be here. I'm putting my reading. Well, you saw me put my reading glasses on. And has anyone ever tried to dish you? And when we say dish, that was kind of like I guess you would call it a slang word. I mean disrespect, meaning disrespect. Have you ever had one or some people to try to dish you, especially from some other people? And then, hey, sometimes people try to dish you when it's just you and that person communicating with each other. But anyway, the question is, have you ever had someone to disrespect you in some kind of way? Or try to, what they say, one up you or show them that they are, I don't know. But anyway, let me just go right ahead and get into this. I am going to go on my AI or my co pilot wanted in on this today. When someone decides to try and dish you. And so what my co pilot attributed is that it sound let me go just a little further down. So this is saying this is some help you can use when someone decides to try and dish you. And here's some pointers here. It says that it usually says more about their insecurity than your worth. When someone tries to dish you, tries to disrespect you, it usually says more about their insecurity than your worth. Okay? So many times it's about them, but they don't understand that it's really about them and their insecurities. That's why they're trying to, why we say, bring you down, because they don't have the security within themselves that they need to have that self esteem that they need. But many people don't understand that. So they will try to dish you to bring you down to what they think is a point that is beneath them. So, and next is people throw shade when they see light they don't understand. That is so true. When people don't understand something, it is a typical thing for them to try to destroy it because they don't understand that. The stories in life tell us that many times things came along, people didn't understand them, and they would rather try and destroy that thing than to learn about it. The next one is your peace is too expensive to spend on every cheap comment. And it is. Your peace is too expensive to spend on every cheap comment. So it's not good to respond to these negative, cheap comments. As my co pilot is saying, your life is worth more than that. Your peace of mind is very expensive, it's very precious, and it's too precious, too expensive to spend on every cheap comments because people can give some low blows, can't they? They can give some low blows, but you have to keep on going. Oh, yes, you do. Now, let me get back. here. So I moved it too far down, I think, or back up, whichever. So then the next is, not every insult deserves your energy. Some things are better left on red. Okay? Some things are left on red. I see it, I hear it, but that's it. I'm not going to deal with it. It's not worth it. My peace of mind is more important than trying to deal with petty things. Some people, distraction, they want to distract you from the positive by loading up some negative. Okay? Next, respond with clarity, not chaos, with confidence, not combat. When you must respond, it tells us, you, me, to respond with clarity, not chaos, direct, intelligently, and informative for the other person. Clarity, let them understand what you're saying and why you're saying it, deal with it, and go on about your business, okay? Do it with confidence, not combat. I'm talking about when someone tries to dish you, okay? And remember, elevation requires separation. Not everyone can go where you're going. Oh, this is so good. Elevation requires separation. Not everyone can go where you're going, and that is the truth. They can cling to you, and they cling by disparaging remarks, by dissing you, trying to get you off key, off balance, get you off your point, your goal, try to stagger your goal by trying to get your attention, okay, and distract you from the goal. Remember, everybody is not able to go where you're going. So you respond with clarity when you have to. But remember, when people are trying to dish you, disrespect you, try to get you off your game, as some people say, you respond with clarity when you must. Sometimes it's not even worth responding to. And say, hey, note taken. Okay. Thank you. Sometimes you say thank you. Okay. So that's what my co pilot added here when someone tries to dish you. So let me go. I found there's a site here that I have before, and it is the truly charming. That the truly charming, the site I haven't been to before. 8 powerful phrases to use when a toxic person belittles you. This is very important because something like this was, happened not too long ago towards me. And I did, thank God, I did deal with it with clarity, even though, what is this? They say, tit for tat, tried to come back, but handled it, thank God, intelligently. Lord let me realize what was happening. And my peace is too expensive to be disturbed by all these little petty things that some people do, especially when you take your time and be yourself and be kind and generous to people. Have you ever had that happen to you? You've done things and helped people, and they have turned and tried to disrespect you. And remember, it's not about you, it's about their insecurities. They don't have the confidence. They don't have the self esteem that they should have. So the only thing they know to do, which is human nature, is to try to turn it on you and offend you and try to make you feel less than who you really are. And you are somebody, you are special, you are very special, beautiful, intelligent, made in the image of God. So here are 8 powerful phrases to use when a toxic person belittles you. And this is by Sarah Moss, and it was published April 24th, 2025, and last updated on the 24th of June, 2025. And this is with relationships, uh, slash toxic relationships. And many of us have an experience, at least one experience with toxic relationships, whether they are romantic or what do they call it, friendly, what we think of friendships or whatever. But we've all, I believe that everyone that's old enough to know has had this experience. So we're dealing with that today. Remember, your peace is very important to you, and it's more important than all of this junk that's going on out here in the atmosphere. Guard your heart. That's some words to a song. Guard your heart. And I think that's a scripture too. So when someone tries to make you feel small, the first reaction is usually silence or self doubt. And so the author, she says, I've been there too. I'm telling you, it's uncomfortable, it's awkward, and sometimes it can even ruin your day. And that is so true. That is so true. But here's the truth: toxic people do it on purpose to feel good about themselves. They want to shake your confidence. Oh, yes. And they love it when you start questioning yourself. That's what they want you to do. Start questioning yourself. Because of their insecurities, they want to have you doubting yourself because they have no confidence in themselves. And so, because they cannot be where you are in mindset and even physically or in your endeavors or whatever, some people would rather try to destroy you and your success than to build their own and continue to try to build their own. So it's how they feel powerful by putting you down. Many people, well, that's the whole goal, to make you feel down, unsure of yourself, and that's how they can gain power over you if you let them. If we let them, okay? Oh, this is good. So when someone tries to disuse, they'll throw jabs. Has anyone ever thrown a jab at you? Verbal? Yeah, that's dissing you. You question your intelligence or comment on your appearance, all to get under your skin. Has anyone ever done that to you? They'll throw jabs, they'll mock you, they'll question your intelligence, or comment on your appearance, all to get under your skin. And sometimes they do all of them, each one of them, whatever they can do to get under your skin, disrespecting you. But you don't have to stay silent, and you don't have to argue either. For real. Speak with clarity, to the point, and be done with it when you need to speak on it. Okay? Sometimes all it takes is a smart, calm phrase, CALM, to shut it down. In fact, In the experience of the writer says most of the time it's what really works. What really works, a smart, calm phrase to shut it down. Oh, yes, and it does work. It does work. So, we're going to look at some powerful phrases that work like armor when someone toxic tries to belittle you. We're going to look at that now. Okay? When someone toxic tries to belittle you. And this is a practice for so many. Sarah Moss, MAS. Okay? So, here's some phrases that you can use. You could probably stop them in the tracks. That's just your opinion. Reality. Point blank. Speak with clarity and be done with it. And she says, I used to, I used this phrase a couple of years ago when a coworker who politely insulted me in front of everyone during a meeting, in front of everyone. So she just said, that's just your opinion, not the reality. That's a good one, isn't it? She said, well, not everyone can excel at creating PowerPoint presentations. This one's very basic. Oh, people do it, don't they? So she said, I didn't argue. I just said it. Well, that's just your opinion, not necessarily the truth. And she said, then I smiled. People will try you, they will do it, won't they? They will try you just because they are jealous and envious of you. Her face said it all. She didn't expect me to stay calm and firm. Other colleagues in the room stood up for me and asked me to go on with the presentation because they were finding it interesting. So after she said that, and she calmly said it, and she firmly said it, then the other co-workers stuck up for her and asked her to continue with the presentation because they were interested in it. And you know what? Jealous and envious people can see when other people are interested in what you're doing. And that's what's intimidating to them. And that's why they try to shut it down by insulting and intimidating you and dissing you. So when someone says something mean or insulting, it can hit hard, especially if it touches an insecurity. But not everything people say is true. And that's one big thing we must remember. And that is hard to deal with, even though we know it's not true. It's still insulting and it still hurts many times. So the phrase is a calm way to remind both them and yourself that their words are just that, words, not facts, not reality. But some people can be and so committed when they say it till it can, what is it, Elder Alexander says, shock you out of your socks. Some people are serious about dissing other people because of their jealous streaks, because of their insecurity. So it also helps you to stay centered. You're not denying what they said, you're just stating that it doesn't define you. It does not define you. And here's another phrase, but I haven't asked your opinion. Toxic people love to give feedback that nobody asked for. I know you can relate to that. They'll tell you what you should do, how you should dress, or why you're not good enough in some way. Toxic people, there's something else. And they will do everything they can. Everything, and many times anything they can to get you off track. I'm telling you, I'm telling you, and I know you know it because if you've lived any time in an adult life, you know exactly what I'm talking about. People can be so disrespectful because of their envy. Hello, D'Angelo. Hi, I'm so glad you're here with me. I'm so glad. Okay, now you said, but I haven't asked your opinion, and boy, you're that will get you. That's just a phrase when we're talking. You know how we say, boy, girl, boy, girl. That will get you. But I haven't asked your opinion. And the way you can say it sometimes, it will really get them. We can look right at them, but I haven't asked your opinion, and just go right on. Because it says toxic people love, I'm repeating this, to give feedback that nobody asked for. And then they'll tell you what you should do, how you should dress, or why you're not good enough in some way. And people have their own language and how they can say stuff and feel all swelled up in the head and think they really got over on you. Think they really got over on you. And it's just showing their insecurities. And that is what we have to remember, that it's not about us, the ones that they're trying to diss. It's not about us, it's about them and their insecurities. The phrase is simple and firm. You're setting a boundary. You're letting them know that their opinion was not requested and is not welcome. Just those few words. And the best part, you don't need to justify it. You don't owe anyone an explanation for not wanting to be criticized. See, these are things that are basic that we really need to get in our minds. So, our nature causes us to, where we're compassionate and we're loving, and many times, many of us don't want to anyone, don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, when all the time they're doing everything they can to bust our feelings, to make us feel bad. Okay? But the best part about this is you don't have to justify, you don't need to justify telling a person point blank what you need to tell them. I didn't ask for your opinion. You don't owe anyone an explanation for not wanting to be criticized. Say it once and let the silence do the rest. That's all you have to do. Next, here's another phrase. I am aware of my worth. Just say, I'm aware of my worth. So this one is powerful because it shows confidence. And nothing frustrates a toxic person more than someone who's sure of themselves. Man, oh man, if you want to get them, just say, hey, know who I am. I know my worth. Oh, yes, I do. That'll get them every time. If they try to belittle you or act like you're less than, saying this shows them their words are not working. You're telling them who I am. I don't need your approval. You know, we have that saying that we used to say when it was like a chant: sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Oh, that's not true all the time. They will hurt. And I have said I would it seems like for somebody to hit me would be it and get it over with. Now I'm not saying I want to be hit. That's not what I'm saying. But at least if they pop you, it'll soon go away depending on the degree of the popping. But when they say something to you that's offensive and disrespectful, that stays on your mind, sometimes forever. Some people never forget the disrespectful words and actions that people have shown toward them. They never get over it. So you're telling them when you say that, you say, I know who I am. I don't need your approval. Say it with calm and confidence, no anger. And it takes quite a lot, but you can manage it. Oh, yes, you can. That way, they can't twist it around or claim you're being defensive. Because one thing I tell people, like this is telling you, just say a few words, be calm, speak with clarity. Sometimes, if it's not for you to speak, don't speak. Just note it, and go on. Because people will take that, your response, and spin it in a negative way so that people will feel that you deliberately offended that person. People will spin it in their direction. Sometimes it's not good to reply. And then, like this is telling us, sometimes you need to reply, but be clear, say what you have to say, be calm, no anger, and be done with it. You know who you are, you know your worth. Next, I know that's not true. So what you're saying is not affecting me. And when we can get to this point, that is good because while people are just what is it? What is the word I like? Jibber jabbering, just going on and on and on, and you know it's not true, but it still gets to you. Oh yes, it does. So learn this. I know that's not true. So what you're saying is not affecting me. So this is a smart way to diffuse an insult. You're not arguing. You're not playing the same game. They throw the jab and you catch it without letting it hit you. How about that? You they throw the jab, you catch it without letting it hit you. That's a good one. You're saying, I see what you're trying to do. It's not working. So which is another way, and it's a very smart way to phrase, you know, it. It's you can use it in the future or anytime you need it, okay? The writer tells us. So it tells them that you're grounded in your truth and their opinion has no real power over you. And you talking about that's what can really get them. Oh yes, to let them know firmly that you are not affecting me. And once they realize they can't get a reaction, most toxic people back off. Oh, yes. Next, what you just said says more about you than about me. Oh, when you turn the tables on them, when you turn the tables on them, they can't handle it. Hello, Mr. Claudette. I'm so happy you're here. Hi. Thank you for being here. And you can say it. This is one of the other phrases you can use. What you just said says more about you than about me. And then you have to make sure you're standing back now because you're talking about me. We've been through all of this stuff when we were little, even in adulthood. They just want some excuse to hurt you verbally or physically, just bring you down. And so when you say that, it says more about you than it does me. And then, depending on how they really want to hurt you, they might start plowing into you, talking about me. You talking about me, honey. We have seen it and might have done it. Okay. Thank God for salvation. Oh, hallelujah. Okay. When people insult or belittle others, it's usually a reflection of their insecurities, not yours. Always remember that. Always remember that when they try to dish you, it's usually about them, not you. So this phrase flips the spotlight back onto them, and without being mean, you're simply stating the truth. And that is so true. If someone criticizes your looks, your choices, or your personality, remind them and yourself while you're reminding them, okay, that their comment reveals something about them, their mindset, their bitterness, or their need to put others down. Some people just cannot survive unless they're down. It seems like that. This response is calm, is smart, and makes them think twice next time. And so the author, Sarah, says, I remember when I used the phrase with a friend who tried to embarrass me in front of a our group of friends. She told me, use skills. They make you look like and there's the two letters WH and three stars. Okay? And goes on to say, this was more than 5 years ago, and I still remember how quiet she got after I said, this is a reminder. It says you than about me. And it quieted her. And to be honest, that was so satisfying. It does when you can get right back at them and you're calm and collected. Oh, doesn't that make you feel good? Even though you have to control yourself, okay? So, because all of our friends laughed at her, not at me. Next, why are you saying this? That's a bit aggressive, don't you think? Sometimes the best thing you can do when somebody's trying to dish you, somebody's trying to embarrass you, somebody's trying to belittle you, sometimes the best thing you can do is call it out directly. This phrase works because it makes the other person pause. Most toxic people are not used to being challenged, and that's for real. Some people try to stay away from him. Oh, she's here. Oh, he's here. They're always trying to disrespect people. They're always trying to take the show. I know you know people like that. They keep being so toxic because they're surrounded by people who normalize their behavior. So they expect you to either get upset or stay quiet. When you ask them directly, why are you saying this? You force them to look at their own behavior. It throws them off and makes them realize You're not playing along. You have to let them know that you're not playing this game with them. So, no, not today. Okay? Say it with curiosity, not anger, like you're honestly wondering. That tone makes it even more effective. So, when you also add, that's a bit aggressive, it shows that you're only hearing what they said, but you're also clearly pointing out how harsh it was. Make sure to say, without yelling or reacting emotionally, it makes your response way more powerful. The thing we must do is control our emotions. Control your emotions. Cool, calm, and collected. And we have to practice this. We must practice it. Some people seem to naturally have this, but some people don't. So we have to practice it because we don't know who we're going to come into contact with ever. So we must be ready to deal with everybody according to the situation and what needs to be dealt with at the time. And here's another one. And this is like it's kind of flippant, okay? Yeah, whatever. Are you done? I've seen that many times. This one's a little more casual. And it works when you're just over it, when you're just tired of it. It shows that you're not giving them the reaction they want. You're not, uh, let me get this word. You're not hurt. You're not mad. You're just bored. So bored. Hey, here we come with this again. I'm just so tired of this. And for toxic people who thrive on drama, that's the worst thing. Use it when you don't want to engage, when they're clearly trying to poke at you and you've had enough. Say it, turn around, and move on. You win by not playing. Don't give in, okay? And here's another one. You're not in a position to judge me. Sometimes toxic people belittle you just to feel superior. They mince as if they know better, as if they have the right to judge. This phrase shuts that down completely. It sets a boundary and reminds them they don't have the authority to define who you are or what you're worth. That is so true. And so the author is saying here, she said, I used this once when a new coworker I barely knew made an inappropriate comment on my life choices, something very personal they knew nothing about, like they were doing me a favor. Have you ever had anybody think they're doing you a favor by butting into your life? Come on now. They do it all the time. Their life is shabby. They have no control over what's going on in their lives, but yet they have the audacity to try to straighten you up and keep you on their straight and narrow. And they don't know what the straight and narrow is. Okay, she said, I stayed calm and said, you're not in a position to judge me. You barely know me. That was the end of it. No debate, no apology, just silence. And the way I just said it then might have been a little provoking. So maybe she said, you're not in a position to judge me. You barely know me. She might have said it like that. Okay. So this phrase tells them you're not afraid of their opinion and you're not seeking their approval. There are so many of us in the past. I know better now. I didn't know seeking other people's approval. What will they think? What will they say about this? What will he say about this? What will she say about this? All that stuff is past for me. We have to grow into that in order for it to not be a part of our lives anymore. Don't want other people to approve of you or tell you how to approve or disapprove of yourself. You don't need anyone else to validate you. You don't need to yell or fight to shut down toxic behavior. Sometimes the smartest thing you can do is say something clear, calm, and firm. These phrases are not rude and they are an excellent tool to protect your peace. It's your peace. So many people just let people go on and upset them and disturb their peace. But you are so important. So important. Don't let people disturb you. Oh, D'Angelo's, I'm definitely a work in progress with this topic because the me that is changing and wants to get my lick back was on a top tier level and would want to show them I could do 10 times worse and pettier. I understand we want to get them sometimes. Yes, we do. And sometimes we do too. Oh, yes. And then my thing is, what did I hurt their feelings? Did I much? Well, hey, it got them off of me. So because the moment a toxic person realizes their words don't work on you anymore, the game ends. And that is so true. And sometimes we have to say something. What is uh, Brother Joe Bagby used to say, somebody ought to say something. I think that was Brother Joe Bagby. But anyway, yes, we want to say something. And sometimes it's necessary to say it too. But we're doing better. We are doing better. And you know what is that? Ecclesiastes says there's a time and a place for everything. And sometimes that time comes up. Okay. And you have to do what you have to do. Thank you so much for being here with me. I know, but I started late. But usually from 1 p.m. to 2. Thank you so much for being here. This really makes me feel good when you're engaged with me. Thank you so much, D'Angelo. Hope to see you soon. Hope to see you soon. It's been a while. All right. I love you, everyone. Claudette, I'm so happy you're here with me. Thank you so much for being here. And everyone else whose name I don't see, thank you so much. I love you so much. It means so much to me because you take your time out and come and be with me. Love you so much. Please join me on Thursday at 1 p.m., God willing. I love you.